welcome back to my channel. In today's video, we are going to do a quick swatch and review of the Gershion Polygel Nail Enhancement Kit. This is the larger kit. I bought this quite some time ago. I just hadn't had a chance to go ahead and do a swatch and review video. So let's take everything out of the package. Oh, it's nice and secure. Everything comes well packaged. It comes with instructions. There are basically 9 steps. Really pretty and coordinated. Comes with a really pretty card. It says, "Thank you, my dear," and it says, "We are so excited for you to try our Gershion products. We can't wait to see what content you create. Thank you for being a part of the Gershion Nail Salon Collection campaign. If you have any questions, please feel free to contact us." And then it has a Facebook. I'll give you a chance to screenshot that. A Facebook and an email contact. So that's really nice. They're very supportive. Well, basically it looks like this kit comes with 6 different polygels. You've got clear, you've got white, there's a natural pink, and each one of these bottles is 30 ml. That's pretty big for a collection set. Dark pink, covered pink, and bean red. So there's 6 colors. It also has a base coat and a matching top coat. So we'll give all of this a try. The kit comes with a nail file, a 180 nail grit file. It also has the dual forms or poppets. And these are great because what you do is you take one of them, you size it to your nail, you basically put the polygel inside, and with some slip solution, which this kit doesn't come with, but you could also use isopropyl alcohol. You take your gel brush and you put the polygel in it and form the nail straight on the form. This is great. I don't have huge thumbs or huge nail beds, so the poppets tend to fit me perfectly. Today we're just going to swatch, and then I'll try to do a set off camera on one of my practice hands, and I'll bring back the results. The kit also comes with a 2-sided tool. Basically it is a nail brush and polygel picker. There's the nail brush, typical gel brush. Oh, it's nice and soft. And the other side is the picker tool, which basically you take your polygel, you squeeze it out, you scrape some off, and you put it into your nail form. Let me get this box out of the way, and we will get started with the swatching. Now, I like to just get simple backing paper to do a swatch, but I'm going to do it on this is actually a postage meter tape. And what I'll do is I'll do some swatches here, and we'll form them on here. That way I don't have to waste my nail forms. If you saw me do my butterfly, 3D butterfly, you'll see I like to work on this form. I could save the label, but this has a nice backing just like a nail form does. It's nice and shiny, so it won't necessarily stick to it. After it's cured, you can take it right off. So let's see. The first color we have is clear. Let me get these top and base out of the way and zoom in a little so we can get a look as to what I'm doing. Okay. So, well, you can't really see clear, but I'm still going to swatch it. I'd like to see just how clear it cures. Let me get my picker tool, and I'm gonna get prepared with my dappen dish. Well, I have like a crystal candle holder that I use as a dappen dish. So I'm just gonna take some alcohol, put some alcohol in there, and just have that handy. Okay, boy, that's really picking up the glare from my overhead light. I'll put it on the opposite side. There we go, that's better. All right, so we will take a little tiny bit. I don't want to use too much of it because I'm just swatching at this point. And who knows, maybe I'll come back and do some on my own hand. Okay. So we'll go ahead, and I cleaned this off already. So we're going to close that up, and we're going to give this brush a try. I'm going to wet it a little in my alcohol, and we're going to try to form these little blobs into teardrop shape. And then let's see how well it's easy to work with. Oh wow, this moves around really easy. See how the brush holds up. It's splitting a little. I had cleaned off all the hard glue part. I tend to be rough on my brushes. Let me get a wipe so that I can take some of the alcohol off as I use it. Okay, so let's get this into a teardrop shape. Pat it down a little. Oh, it's just really easy to work with. Definitely easy to work with. I've worked with a couple of other brands before I started my YouTube channel. I'm going to be swatching a bunch of stuff. I have a bunch of other brands that I'm going to try to review so I can pick my favorite. Wow, that looks really pretty. Really pretty. See how cute the little teardrop works? I hope that dries as clear as it looks. It's super clear. I'll go ahead and clean that off. The brush is still pretty good. So there you have the clear. Well, let me fix that point just a little bit. I have my favorite gel brush. It's actually a Madame Glam brush, but this brush is pretty good. It's a little split, but I don't think that that's because of the brush itself. I think that's my fault. I was checking out the kit before I decided to do the video, and was messing with the brush, and I think I was a little rough on it. So it actually has one little hair that I'm going to quickly just cut off because it's like extended out and I want it to be smooth. So with my curved scissors, I'm just going to get the end of that. There we go. Now the brush is as good as new. I think that was user error, not necessarily product problems. So there we have the 6 colors swatched. We have clear, we have white, we have, what is it? Natural pink, dark pink, cover pink, or I still say that's like a peach, and bean red. And we're gonna get these in the lamp, and we'll be right back. And then I will try to apply a nail form to my flexi finger. Apply the polygel on a poppet and put it on my flexi finger, on my flexi hand, and see if we can come up with a really cute set. So stick around. So I'm back, and I have cleaned off my brush. It looks really nice. It's still holding its shape quite well, considering how rough I was with it, pushing the polygel around. I have given the polygel a full cure. I'm going to wipe them down with isopropyl alcohol. They do have a sticky inhibition layer, so I'm going to wipe them down. They're nice and hard, so they did cure thoroughly. I put them in my lamp. The recommendations on their instructions is 2 minutes in a UV lamp, or 30 to 60, I'm sorry, minutes. Yeah, 2 minutes in a UV lamp, or 30 to 60 seconds in an LED lamp, which is what I have. So I did a full 60-second cure. They are nice and firm. Let's take our picker tool. You can hear them. Wait. You can't hear. Yeah, you can. You hear the little snap? And I will then take them right off my. See how easy they come off the backing? They don't even leave a residue. They're nice and flat on the bottom. Look at that. They slide right off. Look at that. Perfect. So I will make them like into a flower. So you can see the full array. This one goes here, that one goes there. Obviously I haven't filed these yet, but you can basically see the colors. That clear is actually pretty clear. It's a little yellowed a little bit slightly, but I don't know if that's my lighting, but I can see my hand through it. So it's pretty clear. Maybe with a no wipe top coat on top of this. There we go. We have a pretty polygel flower with all 6 colors. Well, 5 colors and a clear. And we'll be right back. I'm going to set up my flexi finger. We're going to take and see if we can use one of their poppets and create a nail, and see how easy it is to manipulate using an actual nail form. And yeah, so we'll be right back. Let's stick around. So I'm back, and I have my client here, Miss Flexi Finger, and basically I'm going to prep the nail. I already started to do it, you can tell. But you push back the cuticles gently. You would scrape out any of the dead tissue from the cuticles gently so that you don't cut your client and cause discomfort. You would take and brush off the nail of any of that dead cuticle material. You can take your alcohol swipe and just wipe the cuticle area. This is how I do it. When you take your file, I'm not going to use Gershon's today. I want to keep it new in case I decide to give the kit away. I'm going to use my trusty, this one. I don't use it on myself. I use it only on my pretend hands, so there's no risk of infection or anything. So you basically go in and you gently rough up the surface. You can do this part with an e-file. The idea is not to take off any layers of nail bed. What you want to do is you just want to rough up the surface, take off the shine basically, so that it's prepared to accept the product. File the edge a little bit, make sure it's nice and smooth. I'll go ahead and take my brush again. Theoretically, you can take and spray your brush to clean off any of the excess dust. See how it cleans it off? I like to follow up with a lint-free wipe just to make sure I get all in the grooves on the side walls and in the cuticle area. And now we're going to take and apply a layer of, let me tilt this a little bit so I can work with it a little bit better for the camera angle. I'm going to tilt my flexi finger up just a little. Okay. So then you take the base coat that came with the kit, or I'm sorry, for nail prep you also want to apply dehydrator. And I like to do the full natural nail. You don't have to do any, if you were doing a fill, you wouldn't need to do this part. Go ahead and let that dry. And then you would follow up with a bonding agent, which I like to use Young Nails Protein Bond. So Protein Bond, they recommend 2 coats, so you go in and you just apply it to the nail, to the natural nail. Don't touch the cuticles. You would apply it to all 10 nails, all the way around. I took the other fingers off to make it a little bit easier to show you the details. You can come back in and do a second coat. And basically this is one very prepped nail. This should assist with the polygel not lifting from your client's nail bed, breakage, everything. It makes it so much stronger. So, my flexi finger. It's nice, it's a sticky surface. Now, to add to that, we're going to go ahead and put a base coat. The Gershion kit comes with the base coat. So we're going to go ahead and apply it just up to the cuticle. Make sure you evenly cover it without putting too much. And I'm going to get this in the lamp for 60 seconds. And while that's in the lamp, we're going to decide. I've decided to use the dark pink. It was this pink right here. That one, I really liked it. And we are, what I'm going to do is, instead of just applying the dark pink and a top coat, I'm going to put some glitter into this, and then I'm going to encapsulate it with the clear that comes with the kit. Now, I have these beautiful glitters that I got from Nail Sugar. Look at all those pretty glitters. They came in little baggies. I put them in these pots and took and made labels for them. I got these because I saw another YouTuber that I follow. It's Natalie Mugridge. I'll put her link in the description box in case you want to follow her if you don't already. She does beautiful work with a lot of the products I use. Madam Glam and a lot of the Young Nail stuff, and I'm sorry, Nail Sugar stuff. So I decided to use this crushed opal glitter. Look at that, look how pretty that is. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to create the nail with the polygel. I'm going to apply another layer of base coat, and then I'm going to put the crushed opal, Nail Sugar crushed opal glitter, and then we're going to encapsulate it with the clear. That's going to give more structure to the nail as well. Look at that, look how pretty that is. And then we're going to encapsulate and then use the top coat from the Gershion kit. So the nail is fully cured. Let me get it out of my lamp. There we have it. It's fully cured and it's now ready for the polygel. I put it back on the stand. And now what we're going to do is we're going to get one of the poppets. I pre-sized it. I'm not going to do it now because of the base coat. I pre-sized it to the nail. And you basically just take your poppet. You take the color that you're going to use, in this case the dark pink, and maybe I should just use clear. Ooh, I bet that will look gorgeous. How about we make a nail bed with the pink, and I'll show you how to do that. And then we will do, we will go ahead and make a clear tip for the glitter. So what you do is you squeeze out a little bit of the polygel, just enough to cover the nail bed. I think that's enough. Let me go ahead and close this up. Put that down for a second. Now take my, not my brush part, the picker part. The picker part, scoop some of that back in. Don't want to waste it. There you go. Close that up and set it aside. I'm going to wipe this off. This still has a little bit of the alcohol, but I just put a little more from my dabbing dish. Isn't that pretty? Got that at Marshall's. I think it was only 12 bucks. So pretty. Looks great on video. Okay, so you take your brush after you've applied, oh look, some of it's oozed out on this side. Take your brush. I'm going to get a lint-free wipe ready to absorb some of the excess alcohol. And you basically brush it into place, or push it into place. Now, on the cuticle area, you want to leave a little bit of space, because when you apply it, you're going to apply it at an angle and you're going to press down, and that product is going to try to spread. Just physics is going to make it spread on the nail form. So what you want to do is you want to try to leave a little bit of space for this to expand. So I like to leave about 1/16 of an inch all the way around, even on the side walls, because it's going to ooze out a little. You know, and you don't want to waste product if you don't. If you know that it's going to spread, then you put a little bit less in here. So you apply it nice, even. So when you think you've got an even layer, and it looks like I went all the way to the edge here, leaving that small space. It doesn't look cloudy. Look how defined that tip, that C-curve, that curve here looks. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to apply it to the nail. You want to put it at a 45-degree angle. I'm turning this so you could see. Put it at a 45-degree angle, push it, and then slowly rock it and press it into place. So let's do this. 45-degree angle. Make sure you've got your hand straight over the nail. Press it into place. Some of the product will ooze out the side, and that's fine. Make sure you put firm pressure. See, some of it came out the side here. Very simple. You wipe it off with your brush, get the excess off, and I'm doing the C-curve. I'm going to have to file that into place anyway. I was hoping that it wouldn't have to do that, but see, told you I wasn't an expert. Can you imagine if it had the clear in there as well? Okay. Let me put a little more alcohol on this because I seem to be picking up a lot of product. There we go. press that into place, hold it into place, and then while you're holding it, you can, in this case, you can turn it over, and normally you would tell your client to turn the hand over. Now you see how this created a bubble? That's because I touched it with my finger by mistake. So I'm going to smooth this out. I'll go ahead and pat that into place. Make sure you get under your client's, under here, because you don't want that product touching the skin. And if it cures that way, you have to pry it loose a little bit, and that can be painful and can cause discomfort to your client. So I even twisted the nail. I know I did. Oh, actually I didn't do so bad. There we go. So I can see under here. Take that off. And I'm going to file this into place. But first, what I'm going to do is to make sure that this is set, I'm going to go ahead and cure it. And then I might apply a little bit more to the top before I do the clear, because I think I squished a lot of it out. That's the beauty of this, is you can work with it. Let me encapsulate that. Get my brush out of the way in case it still has some. Cure that for 10 seconds at least, just to set it a little bit. None of it oozed out the side, which is great. So now I'm going to get this in the lamp. I'm going to clean up this little bit of a mess that I created. Put that in the lamp for 60 seconds. We're going to come back and we're going to file that clean. I'm going to apply a little bit more to the top so that I have more of an even coverage and create a nice strong structure. And we'll go from there. So stick around. So I'm back and we've taken this out of the lamp and we're ready to take the poppet off. So what you are supposed to do is you're supposed to hold the finger firmly. It's kind of hard with these flexi fingers because the entire nail can come out. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to hold it here, just so that I hold the nail is all the way down inside of the well of the finger, and you basically just twist it side to side and it pops right off. Now you see we still have that pretty curve. There's still some excess here. You can take all of that off with a nail file. Now there is a slight inhibition layer. I'm going to take my lint-free wipe with some alcohol. And I'm going to wipe down that nail. I'm going to flip the finger over. And see how nice it came out. Now, it is very thin in here. Very thin. So if I start messing with it, it's going to snap right off. So I want to build onto the structure of this a little bit. So let me go ahead and shape the sides and the front. Very lightly. This product is very easy to file. You don't need an e-file. You don't need a super coarse grit. A thin, small grit would be okay. This is a 180 file, 180 file. I just want to take off some of that. I think I want to make this a little bit deeper on the side, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to slightly roughen up the surface, because I'm going to apply another small layer of polygel freehand on the top to give it a little more structure. And the reason why I'm doing this is so that it could adhere to itself a little bit. Some nail techs may say that that's not necessary because it's the same product, but I'd rather know that it had something to sink into, almost a sort of a grip. That curve is looking really pretty too. And I'm going to take a little more of that dark pink and I'm just going to apply a slight bead on the top, a small bead, just to reinforce the the nail bed structure. I might have put a little too much. We can spread it out. Again, I'm not an expert at polygel. I've used it before, so this is kind of new to me. And you're seeing me on camera working through this. All right, so I'm going to push this product back to the cuticle area and kind of blend it in. And I'd feel better now that it has a little bit of structure. You could easily apply nail tips to this as well. Or another idea, I could have applied a clear base, then gone on top and done this part here and shaped out the nail bed. You see how that's starting to look? But that's okay. This would work just as well. I'm going to bring the product all the way forward. You pat it, you don't brush it necessarily. If you pat it nice and evenly, you won't get any air bubbles. You see how it has more structure in the center? It has a nice apex. I think that's very pretty. And I'm going to flip it over again. I know that I already did the bottom, so there's no real product here. I'm just making sure that I don't have any excess that oozed on the sides. There we go. And you could file that away. That you can file away with an e-file. You use one of the cuticle bits and you slowly clean up the edge. But this looks really pretty. So I'm going to get this in the lamp. It's nice and even. Yep. Very nice. I think I'm going to leave it like this and just apply the glitter to the tip anyway. Maybe do a fade. And put that in the lamp and we'll be right back with the glitters. So I'm back and I have filed the nail into shape. I've buffed it. It has a really pretty curve. The structure is nice on it. I didn't do the bottom part. Normally I would, but my nail drill is put away, so I'm just using my hand file at this point, so I'm just focusing on the top. But you do want to clean away a little bit of the thickness in here if you want it to be perfect. But I think it came out really pretty. It seems really, really strong. Again, it's just on a flexi finger. It cleans up well. The polygel cleaned out of my brush really nice. This is the same poppet I used. All I do is wipe it down with some alcohol and it's ready for the next use. It came spotless. It's brand new. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take some of the base coat again, because it's very sticky, and I'm going to apply it to the nail. And then we're going to take some of that nail sugar crushed opal glitter and sprinkle it on the nail. And then we're going to encapsulate the whole thing with some clear. So I want to see just how clear that clear is. So we'll put a nice even layer of this. Base coat is on here nicely. Don't cure it just yet. I want to put the nail sugar crushed opal glitter straight into it. So I'm going to take and put a piece of paper down, like I always do when I'm using glitters, because then it gets stuck in my silicone mat. So let me loosen the hand up and face it down a little. You get a sheet of paper. Should have had this ready before I came back on camera, but that's okay. Go ahead and get this paper in place. And I'm going to also bring in my little tray, but I don't know how much it's actually going to catch at this. You know what? I'm going to take the finger off of the stand for now so I can get closer to the paper. This is a wet layer of base coat. I'm going to take my glitter, and this time I'm not going to pour it on. I'm going to grab a brush that I have. It's just a simple, I guess a concealer brush, because then the glitters will stick to it. Take it out of its packaging. It's so pretty. It's just a simple Wet n Wild. I got it at Walmart, I believe. And then go ahead and pick up, you see how it picks up some of the glitter? And I want to tap that on. I don't really want to touch the nail with the brush. I just want to sprinkle some on. Get some of the bigger chunks up front. Oh, that looks so pretty. Just tap it on. I didn't want to put too much in the back end. I wanted to almost fade it, but you know what? I like this so much. I'm going to sprinkle some more on the back too. As soon as you got the look that you want, I am going to go ahead and do what I normally do, which is to just run my finger down the side and make sure that all the glitters are pushed in that are going to stay. Tap that off. We'll clean up this in a minute. What I mean is, you take your finger and just go like this, and you see that one piece of glitter that wanted to move. There we go. I just realized I did that all off camera. Basically, I took the glitter and tapped it over the nail. And now I'm going to cure it so the glitter sticks to it. I could just apply a top coat, but I really want to see what that clear looks like encapsulated. So I'm going to cure that for 60 seconds. I'm going to clean this mess up. So I'm back and I've cleaned up my area and I cured the nail. Look how pretty that looks. My gosh, that looks so pretty. I know the camera doesn't do it justice. It looks gorgeous. Now it does have a sticky inhibition layer, but I am not going to clean it off because I want to apply a thin layer of the clear polygel over the top to seal in the glitter. And I want it to stay sticky so that it would have something to stick to. So I'm going to do this freehand again. I'm not going to use a pop-it. I'm just going to go ahead and take some with my spatula tool, enough to cover the whole nail and give it some structure. I might have to add a little bit after, but at least I start with a nice dab and go ahead and get that on there. You know what? I'm going to wipe it right on the nail. I'm going to use it anyway. There we go. Wipe off the little bit of excess that's on this spatula with some alcohol. Don't do it over the nail, not yet. Okay. Wipe that off. Close up the back. Dip the brush in the alcohol and go ahead and spread the clear across the nail. it out nice and evenly. Pat it if you want to move nice big chunks of it. Look at it from all angles so that you got a smooth application, just like you would with acrylic. And I will be having some acrylic swatches and sets that I will be doing on my channel. I'm doing things methodically, and as I have time, I've been doing a lot of collaborations. Check out my videos. Go to the playlist, watch my fellow nail tech videos as well. Support each other, support everyone. There's plenty to go around in this industry, and it's very nice to be supportive of each other. It feels good. I know that my channel's really new, and I appreciate all the support I get from all of my friends, all of my subscribers. Thank you so much. Thank you. I want to say that now. I know it's a blanket statement with every video, but I really am appreciative and thankful for all your support. And I love to do this. I don't know why I didn't start this years ago. I always had a passion for it. I just never had the opportunity, and I do now, so I am so much more appreciative of it than I think I would have been back then. Back then it would have been about, you know, let's see how much money I can make, or, you know, and yeah, that's important. But since that's not a major concern for me because I do have a full-time job, this is more of a hobby, and this is my relaxation time. My creativity comes out, and I'm extremely pleased to be able to do this, and I'm hoping that you all are liking my videos. I really appreciate the support. The channel is growing nicely. Please share the video if you know someone who's been looking for pretty nail art designs to try, products to review or to see reviews of. In general, just, you know, anything that my channel can offer. Then go ahead and share the video if you'd like. I would really appreciate it. I'm gonna get this straight. Push that back a little. This looks really pretty. The rest of these little bumps, that it has a few bumps in it, I can catch that with filing. Just want to make sure to get all the way to the edge. Looking at it from different angles, seems to be pretty good. I'll take off a little bit of excess there. Smooth it out. This is the beauty of polygel. You can work with it until it's to your liking, and then you just stick it in the lamp and cure it. I think that came out really pretty. Like I said, it has a little bump here or there. I'm going to smooth that out with the buffer, and I think I put enough product on there that I'm not going to lift up any of the glitter that's underneath. I'm going to get this in the lamp. I'm going to file and buff it, and then we'll come back for the reveal top coat. So stick around. So I'm back, and I have filed and reshaped or fine-tuned the nail, and it is time to apply the top coat. We're going to go ahead and use the top coat that came with the kit, and this is my favorite part, only because all of those glitters and those little tiny glitters and the chunky glitters should all reveal themselves now. So here we go. Oh my goodness. This is so satisfying. So satisfying. This looks absolutely gorgeous. All of those glitters, all the little tiny hollow iridescent glitters, those big chunky glitters, they're all encapsulated in this nail. So I'm going to cure this nail for the recommended 60 seconds. Then I'm going to come back with my final thoughts on the Gershion Polygel Enhancement Kit. So stay tuned. So I'm back and I have cured that nail. It is a no wipe top coat. This is absolutely gorgeous. I can't believe that's polygel underneath there. The glitters look gorgeous on top of that pretty polygel. The nail itself is structurally sound. The poppets were very easy to use. Overall, I think that all of these polygel colors, they apply great. These swatches, they cured completely. The poppets are amazing. I really like this brush. I didn't use the file, but I'm assuming it's just a regular 100-180 grit file. Their top and base coat is fantastic. Their top coat is super thick, super shiny, if you can see. So overall, I would definitely recommend this kit to anyone looking to learn how to use polygel, and with a really good application. Definitely would recommend the product. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you learned something. It's always my aim to please and to teach if I can. I'm not a master instructor or anything by any means, but I do like to pass on the knowledge that I have, and the joy that I have in creating nail art, and I hope that I made everybody excited and happy. So until our next video, please like, comment below, subscribe to my channel, share my channel with other fellow nail enthusiasts. I look forward to seeing you again. Until the next one, bye!